His rookie year was his best.
That's
year.
why you don't trust the University of Miami offensive lineman. Name the last good one.
Central Henderson.
He was like a 7th round pick, and he has Crohn's disease. Name Vernon Carey, and he was decent, and technically almost considered a bust as a first rounder. You have to go back all the way to Brian McKinney. That was the last good Miami left tackle. Everybody else been trash suspect. By the way, fuck Texas. I don't care that they did beat Oklahoma. Kyler Murray's a cheat code. Like, literally, I'm assuming his speed rating is 99 because he was breaking touchdowns. But Oklahoma's defense is trash. And it's Mark Stoops' fault, former Arizona head coach. But anyway, this last little piece on the Giants and Eli and where he stands. Man, it got so bad, Odell went to the locker room like when there's 2 seconds on the clock before halftime. It's just a frustration. He finished it with I think 5 catches for 38 yards or some shit like that, or 4 catches for 38 yards. Sterling Shepard didn't really have a lot of catches. I think he had 3 catches for 30 yards or something. With all this talent on this team, and at least the talent that's on defense, they should not be this terrible. And when I look at a team like the Saints, I look at a team that learned from all the mistakes from all the other shitty teams. And I'm addressing right now that I think, honestly, when it's said and done, Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Wow.
He's better than Brady. I think he's better than Rodgers. Just because of people got to remember what he was before he came to New Orleans and what he was in San Diego, and the fact that
you're talking about a B+ quarterback,
that he damn near dislocated his shoulder and almost had his whole career ruined. And the Chargers
almost
took
had his
Rivers.
whole B+ career ruined. He
wasn't. First off, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch him out because he's being really disrespectful to a legend right now.
You're telling me Drew Brees was better than the 86 in San Diego? You're going to look me in the eye. Exactly. You can't even look me in the eye and tell me that.
Can I get a push for 88?
Maybe with your team chemistry all the way up.
Yeah, that's true. If you didn't trade away Kasim Osgood. But if we're really talking about
to the special team legends, man. Getting the plug.
Yeah. I don't think special teams guys should be in the Hall of Fame, like Steve Tasker or some shit like that. I don't care how many special team tackles you made. You weren't that really good when it came down to offense and defense.
Well,
sorry.
But those dudes get the most CTE. Shout out to Jared Cooper.
The only special teams players who should be in the Hall of Fame are guys like Brian Mitchell and Devin Hester for the records that they had. Definitely Devin Hester, if no one else.
Hey, but
Devin Hester's a Hall of Fame football player.
But I'm on the topic of CTE. Can we talk about last weekend's big issue?
Conor McGregor getting knocked the fuck out?
Well, that and him getting choked out. Him getting choked out and then getting his ass beat. Well, him getting his ass beat
and then sucker punching Khabib's brother.
Yeah,
which started the whole fight. No, that they showed it on the video. He punched the guy first.
No.
And then shit popped off.
No.
That's when boy hopped the cage.
Shit was already popped up.
No,
shit was already popped up. He already was hopping the cage. He was already in the stand.
He was standing.
Get your facts straight. He was already over the cage.
He punched him before he was talking shit. And
regardless
then he went to the cage,
man.
But once Conor threw that punch at old boy, that's when everybody jumped in the ring. But dude in the red shirt is a straight bitch. First off, if you sneak a guy, he should be on the ground.
And
hit him in the balls.
Sneak a guy, and then your homie comes and sneaks him too, and he's still not on the ground after he already got choked out and his ass beat. Like, what is you doing?
You suck. Like, at least put him. At least just say fuck it, do a suicide hold, put him in a sleeper hold, and fall to the ground, and then hope your other homie just comes in and starts working his ribs. At least go that route. Take one for the team.
Wow, we're scumbags. We're giving jumping 101 right now.
First off, we grew up in certain areas where we've already seen all this shit. So, and it's honestly, it's a step down from what I would do to somebody in that situation. Like at that point, I'm like, no, Conor, you're getting shanked in the jugular. I'm not playing with fighting. No,
I mean, I think
you're getting stabbed.
I think
if you die, you die. That's
I think the take is tired, but both parties should be blamed. Number one. Number two, it just overall takes away from the sport that people already have a lot of questions about.
You mean a racist cheating sport? Because let's be honest, Dana White treats all his black heavyweight champions, all his black champions like shit. Tyron Woodley gets treated like shit. It's already come out that people in the office hate him and don't want to see him win. So, shout out to Keith. He said Barkley's the best running back in the league. Yeah, arguably. But anyway, back
UFC is the only sport,
bro. They copied
where they make their own rankings.
They copied wrestling's formula and did it better than wrestling. And then lean on the competition and marketing in terms of boxing. No, but they don't
exactly.
They really don't promote Tyron Woodley, and he's like one of the most dominant, arguably the greatest at his position ever. He's beaten fucking everybody there is to beat.
I forgot who made the point, but somebody made the point.
And they still try to cheat him out his time.
UFC needs to make a decision, right? They keep trying to want to be a legitimate sport like boxing.
By propping up white dudes and having them talk shit. Oh, and Ronda Rousey, too.
Can you let me finish?
Sorry.
Fuck.
I just hate Ronda.
Well, shut the fuck up.
Hey.
Ah, damn.
Hey, buddy. Relax.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is, are you done? Are you done being petty?
Yeah.
Bruh. Are you sure you're done?
Definitely.
What I was trying to say is what you were alluding to before you got off to your own agenda.
No one can see you having a seizure, so I don't know why you keep looking off into the distance. Like
point is this: but UFC needs to make a decision. Like you said, they keep playing the boxing side of it, of wanting to be a legitimate sport, playing the amateur ranks, having people come up, yada yada yada. But at the same time, they want the entertainment value of the WWE, where people are talking shit and making a whole spectacle of this whole thing, and basically, as you already alluded to, staging champions and setting up paths for championships. So
kind of like what boxing did and what wrestling does. Like there's a predetermined outcome.
No, but boxing is different. Boxing is different because there's a lot of different hands.
With boxing, I'm saying setting up guys for
boxing. There's only one hand.
Like
I mean, UFC. There's only one. UFC.
The promoters run boxing.
UFC. There's only one hand.
Dana White.
Yeah,
and everyone. But I'm saying with boxing, the promoters have pretty much taken a lot of the integrity out of the game, and the judges fuck it up all the time. But what I'm saying when it comes to MMA, and when you look you can look at boxing, even with Rocky Marciano, who honestly I think is one of the most overrated fighters in history, because he had ties to the mob. They already proved it, and he was like fighting his cousin and random nobodies and shit, and that's why his record of 49 or 50 and 0 or whatever looks good, but it's not really legitimate because he just fought a bunch of nobodies at one point. And was
Mayweather didn't?
No, but Mayweather didn't have the fucking mafia on his side. Now, did he? Like, you can go back and look at...
He doesn't roll around with... He doesn't roll around with at least 10 muscle goons at all times?
First off, those dudes were created in a creatine lab.
Bro.
You're not going to compare Rocky Marciano and the mafia in like the 30s and 40s and shit to
Mayweather. Wait. Hold on. There's quick.
Books about it.
Wait. Real quick. Where does Floyd Mayweather live? Oh, that's right. Oh, a city with notorious mob ties.
Really? But Rocky Marciano, but I'm saying that's different.
Come on, dude.
That's different. I'm saying
it's
boxing
different
is
because you want it to be different.
No, it's not.
It's different context.
We can actually show the history of
your
boxing.
Agenda setting.
No, everything is agenda setting first.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, you're definitely doing it right now.
Agenda setting in the case? No,
you're definitely doing it right now.
I'm pointing out a contextual point that people don't like to talk about.
You're pointing out a contextual point, but admitting another contextual point that counterpoints your claim.
Okay. Stop trying to fucking up me on this. Like, I'm just saying, here's what it is. When it comes to these combat sports.
Hold on. Let's back up. Wait, so you just agree with me, but you don't want to take an L, so you're just saying, stop trying to win on me. Okay.
We can agree.
Okay, I got me.
But shut the fuck up and let me get my point out.
So you could just say, I agree with you.
No. Comes to you, no. Your ego can't handle when people say you're right. Sure. Your ego can't handle it. Sure. I don't know what's worse. Your ego when someone wants to apologize. No, or like the fact that women, there's no record of women ever apologizing. Ever. Name a chick that's been around you that's apologized and then shut the fuck up and left the room. And didn't say, but you still did this. Name a girl who's actually apologized to you and it was just an apology. Exactly.
Can you hit the crickets? We still got that button because
Do we?
that was misogynistic as fuck in so many ways. But
I guess we're
I don't really
sounding
wanna
the
touch on
alarm. But
I'm over it.
You know, you can't admit it because you have a girlfriend, so you can't actually admit that.
I'm just saying, number one, there's a lot of problems with the statement that you just said.
Girls don't apologize.
First of all, you shouldn't make.
It's a playful joke.
First of all, it's
but
not
it's
really
true.
a playful joke because you just made a generalization about a group. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, you call them a belittling name by calling them girls instead of women. And number three.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
And number three.
I've talked to chicks who said calling females is wrong. So I don't even know at this point.
Third one. You just projected that you want them to say what you want them to say and then leave the room.
Okay, that was hyperbole.
You literally
that was
just
hyperbole,
said that.
dog.
But
Now
whatever, dog.
Now you're just picking at me fucking adding hyperbole to shit. Relax.
Nah. That was just too much. So I can't let that fly.
I can't add hyperbole to shit.
I can't let that fly.
I want fun. I won't add jokes.
All right, man. Let's get back to football.
But anyway, like I was saying,
UFC's a joke.
It's a joke. It's crooked. They're holding the $2 million purse or whatever that Khabib's supposed to get, and threatening the Khabib straight up threatened.
Can I just say this? Nobody gives a fuck about Khabib. I'm sorry.
I would. Did you see what he did to that man? He's not fucking playing around.
Okay,
he made fun of his father, his faith, and everything else in his country, and you're gonna get choked out. It looked like he wanted to kill McGregor. Honestly,
great.
And if I was a ref, I'd have let it happen. I'd be like, he gonna do to you what he gonna do to you, and I'm gonna get him off you. But at that point, he was talking shit after he choked him out. He was like, when you talking shit to someone whose ass you're beating, it's just a whole.
He also spit on him, but
a little bit. That don't count though. That happens.
That doesn't count. You literally said those are grounds for you to kill someone.
Okay, there's different kinds.
You said that.
I've said that. I mean,
he blatantly spit on him.
I saw that he threw his mouthpiece at somebody. I didn't see him spit on McGregor.
He spit on him as he was tapping
him out,
and the ref pushed him off. You can literally see him spit.
Well, I got to go back and look at that. But honestly, if I'm him, I don't blame him because UFC, they literally look at what Ronda Rousey was doing with Holly Holmes and all the Brazilian fighters that beat her ass. They always want to use a white fighter to sell racism for the fight. Conor McGregor did it. Ronda Rousey did it. Other people in the past have done it. And you don't have to sell racism to sell a fight. That's why people were feeling nasty with the whole Mayweather and McGregor situation because that shit wasn't necessary. It could have been two dudes. Hey, I'm the best in my sport. You're the best in your sport. Well, let's fight and see what happens. No, it went from talking about Mayweather's kids, calling a grown black man on stage a monkey, all types of just foul, unnecessary shit. And honestly, I'm not here for the theatrics with the UFC.
Honestly,
I'm just not here for it.
I think you're reaching for this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I honestly think you're reaching.
I can give you sound bites of him calling grown men.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
UFC depends on theatrics to sell their fights because a lot of their fights are boring as fuck.
That's not what I'm saying. I think you're overplaying the whole.
How in UFC people in UFC have said this.
You're overplaying the whole I think the reality is that's the nature of combat sports. Is they're very.
It's not, dog.
Boxing's the same way.
They don't fucking sell racism like that.
Yeah, they do.
No, nah,
yeah, they do.
Nah.
What? You think the whole Mexican style fighter isn't racism?
Okay.
You think pinning Mexicans versus I don't
Mexicans?
know every other country in Central America?
Okay.
That's not racist. So what I'm saying
that's
is
racist.
what I'm saying is that's the nature of combat sports because it's kind of like that me versus the world mentality. So
that's a cultural thing.
So they use exactly. So they use that. They
pick people.
They use that as a marketing ploy because it's like, okay, I have common ground with this boxer because he's from the same place that my ancestors are from.
No, but McGregor was and people like him saying
I'm not saying
blatantly racist shit.
I'm not saying
Nate Diaz.
I'm not saying that all that shit isn't racist.
He did that to Nate Diaz, by the way.
I'm not saying all that shit's not racist. It for sure is racist,
and it's wrong.
What I'm saying is. You're overplaying the fact that UFC does it because I think it's just inherent with combat sports in general.
Oh, yeah. There's always been a history
because it's personal.
But I'm saying with UFC, that's like their bread and butter. Especially with McGregor, and now that he's lost, who else is he going to use as a cash cow? They ain't going to put no money behind Tyron Woodley, and he's beating everybody.
What I'm going to say is...
They'll put money behind Cormier.
So maybe what your answer is...
John Jones.
Maybe what your answer is, and maybe this is probably not the answer you want to hear, but let's really talk about it. Because as you
Hashtag let's talk
know,
about
the
it.
color that matters in this country is green.